Happy 2012. What's up, everybody? Old School NYC Gamer here, and today I'm going to be doing something quite a bit different. I'm not going to be doing no gameplay videos today. I'm not going to be doing no unboxings. I'm not going to be doing any package videos. Now you're wondering, what will that be? Now, since I did the interview with Gamester81 last year, I kind of wanted to follow it up by interviewing a fellow YouTuber within the community. Now, it's not necessarily within the gaming community, but is within the iPhone community. Now you're asking why. Now I know this individual is into his gaming, his old school gaming, and that kind of intrigued me to want to do the interview with him in the first place. And for that person, you're wondering who it is, it's N.Y.C, also known as Ty's iPhone Help. Now quite a few of you within the community know who he is, quite a few of you don't know who he is. Now, if anything, I'm going to leave the channel a little annotation over there, and I'm going to leave the description of his channel down there so you can check out his channel. Basically, he does tons of stuff for the iPhone, iPad, you know, just like a lot of tech stuff, which is actually very cool if you're into that kind of thing. He's even has Xbox 360 controller. He got it to get it professionally painted, which is really cool. Like I said, he does... you know, does his own room tour stuff, does stuff for the iPhone, you know, so on and so forth. So without further ado, don't mind the intro to what I did, because basically we did the meetup at the iPhone store with a lot of his fellow YouTubers who watch his channel, you know, religiously. But I definitely would recommend checking his channel out, people, if you're not into, you know, not really into the iPhone, you know, kind of thing, but are curious about, you know, what's up with the iPhone, iPad, and all that stuff. So let's check out the interview here, and hope you guys and gals enjoy it. What's up, everybody? Old School NYC Gamer here on location at the Apple Store here in Midtown Manhattan, as you can see right there. Now, the reason why I'm over here, a lot of people, and some of you know, I'm not really the biggest Apple fan, but I was talking to a fellow YouTuber on here. Quite a few of you might know him, some of you might not. So there's a little gathering over there, as you can see. So we will be interviewing that gentleman, and we will be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back. Old School NYC Gaming here. We're on location at McDonald's, and we got N.Y.C from Ty's iPhone Help. How are you, sir?
What's up? Good.
All right, so yeah, so for a lot of kids and a lot of my viewers who are watching this right now, they don't probably not have heard of you. Why don't you tell us a bit about you and about your channel? What do you do on your channel?
All right, my name is N.Y.C. I do tech videos and daily vlogs. YouTube.com/tysiphonehelp and YouTube.com/N.Y.C. Lots of other videos too, but just a mix of content.
All right, cool. And what brings you to the Big Apple today?
I actually had a meetup with a lot of my viewers. We had like 37, almost 40 people show up today. Just meeting up with some of our viewers. I did one in New Jersey, one in Washington. It's been great.
Well, I mean, I can tell you guys, I was at this, and even I was surprised. I saw, well, originally it was about a good 45 kids, people that just showed up in the freezing cold just for this guy. And it shows that how much, you know, a lot of these people like his channel. He was signing iPhone cases, iPads, iPods, you name it. He did it.
Freaking signed a $1,000 camera.
Yeah, I know. I was like, yeah, that's quite a bit of money for that. But yeah, so next question being into electronics myself, what other products do you like besides Apple products? Like, what other certain electronics do you like?
I'm a big Xbox fan. Xbox is pretty much like my friend, he's a big fan of it. It's pretty much like, yeah, I'm strict to Apple mainly, like for computers, phones. Other than that, I mean, my whole life is revolved around Apple products. But yeah, Xbox, I'm a fan of it.
Wait, is a Microsoft fanboy over that way?
Yeah.
You can't see him, but he's over there. This guy right here. So, in one of your last videos, you showed your viewers a customized Xbox controller, and a lot of us can tell. No, you said yourself that you play a lot of Xbox.
what other consoles have you played from the newer gen consoles besides Xbox?
I played PS3. I don't ever remember even playing a game on my PS3. I got a PS3 and then I sold it like maybe a week later. I played with the web browser on it a little bit. That's pretty much it. But I like the PSP Go. I'm probably gonna be getting the PSP Vita that just came out soon, like recently. So I'll probably be getting that. And I'll probably end up getting the Wii U once it comes out. I think it comes out next year sometime.
Yeah, well they said they're aiming that for next year. That's what they're aiming for.
And possibly a new Xbox in the beginning of next year.
Yeah, I mean, even as much as I don't even own one yet, I would actually like to see how the new Xbox console is going to be coming out and how how the games are going to be for that system.
It's been out for a long time now, so it's like it's due for an upgrade.
And since you have played more of the newer gen consoles, what retro consoles have you played? In your younger days.
Actually, my favorite game probably I've ever played, other than a PSP game that I really like, is probably like a Lion King game on Sega Genesis. Like that was back. I may have been like 4 or 5 years old playing Lion King on that.
So basically, you played the Genesis when you were a kid back then, and you have never played any other consoles besides that.
Nintendo 64. That was an old one. I really loved it. Like wrestling games on that one. That was cool. But Sega, what else did I play? Tetris game. It was like an old Tetris. Actually, that may have been on Nintendo 64. Yeah.
Okay. I can't remember the title of that game. I know one of my viewers might know it, but I know which title you're talking about yourself. And I guess you basically just answered my next question. I would take it that Lion King is your favorite game that you played back then.
Well, not back when I was a kid, yeah. But actually, my favorite game is a PSP game. It's called Loco Roco. It's like it's stupid. It's like a childish kind of game, and it's got childish songs to it and stuff, but it's like so freaking catchy, and you basically just use the L and R buttons to like rotate the screen.
Yeah.
Balls will move around the map. And
what is it about kids and balls in a game?
I don't know, it's not really balls, it's like a little like animal. It's called a Loco Roco, and you go through the map trying to collect all the Loco Rocos through the map, and I just love it.
Okay. And my next question would be, well, I guess what was the first console you owned yourself? Besides,
myself was the PSP, the first PSP.
And when was that when you first got it?
That may have been like 6-7 years ago.
When it was first released to the general public.
I think I didn't get it right when it was released. I got it for Christmas, that next Christmas after it was released. But yeah, that was the thing that really got me into like technology.
Okay. And next question here would be, what is your favorite game now or retro? What would you really pick? If you could pick any game that's out now, or even 30 years ago that came out and you like playing, what would you? Even if it's in the arcades, any game you could possibly think of.
I guess I'd probably have to say MW3, just because that's what I'm playing right now. I used to actually, a lot of people, like my friend, he doesn't like Black Ops as much as the other CODs, like COD 4 is the best. For me, I like Black Ops the best just because I started out on it. All the other CODs felt like lame, old, boring to me. Like, I don't know. But I actually do like MW3 just because it's the newest, best thing.
Now the funny thing is, I know a lot of the kids, like both of you, like you talk about Call of Duty and Modern Warfare. The funny thing is, I personally got into that series of all things with Call of Duty Finest Hour. I don't know if you guys have ever played that on Xbox, because I'm more of a World War II buff, and I love playing that game. To me, not set the definition of a first-person shooter, but to me, I think was the game that pushed that series or that franchise to go further into all the other games that led up to Black Ops today. Okay, so seeing I've watched your videos over the last 2 years, you've done tons of jailbreaking videos for the iPhone, iPod Touch, iPad, and for the iPad. What would you say, or what would your opinions be for the emulators, like for the NES, Genesis, and the SNES? What would you rather favor those, or have the actual consoles themselves as the original hardware?
Well, that's actually what got me into jailbreaking iPhones. Like I was actually wanting to get an iPhone, like back before the first gen iPhone was released, and when they announced it. It was out, and I'd seen videos on YouTube of people playing NES games on the iPhone, iPod Touch, and I was like, oh my god, I want to do that so bad. So, not the iPod Touch, but the iPhone. And that was amazing to me that you could play games on a phone from Nintendo, like Mario, Pokemon, stuff like that. I used to love gameplay, playing Pokemon on it, and that's really what got me into it. So yeah, like I think it's nice, but after playing it, it doesn't run as smoothly as it should.
Well, see, it depends on like with some of the developers from Cydia.
Yeah.
They always try to tweak it and always update it and make it a little better because everybody thinks that emulation is going to run perfect. There's really no such thing as an emulator that's going to run 100% perfect, no matter for what system it may be. I mean, me personally, over the years, I love just having the actual console in my hand with the original controller. But there's some games that are worth, at least over $3,000-$4,000 just for that one game. Now, no one's going to go out to a retro store and pay that money. Sometimes emulation, in a way, is good. But I know some purists, will say no, it's garbage, But there's some games, we've heard of it, want to play it, but we're not going to go spend our life savings just for that one game, And like I said, well, for here, guys, I'm just going to show you like the example here, what he was talking about. If you can see right there, if this thing will zoom in. Well, basically, these are some of the emulators that he was talking about. See right there. I don't know if you remember NES and all that. Now, of course, with the Canoe, as you see right there, I mean, yet again, this is emulation, but you can see here, I'll just give you a little taste of this. You know how this plays, right?
Yeah.
So you just press that button right there. See, for a handheld like this, guys, as what he's playing right here, I mean, it's definitely more of a plus because, for one, at least you're physically playing the game. And not to knock the developers for the iPhone on this, but sometimes for a touchscreen and to slide with a D-pad, it's not the same as having the physical D-pad and the buttons to play the game.
It's playing really well.
I mean, the developers for the Canoe, they do a lot of good work. They put out some great emulators for the Nintendo, for the Genesis, you name it. And I give those guys a lot of props.
I think I've seen this before.
It's called the Canoe. It's this system here. It runs on Linux. So a lot of the emulators, a lot of the developers make the emulators for this. They do it for a lot of handheld systems that a lot of us in the general public don't even know about. There's one called N.Y.C, and it's run on the Android, and that runs unbelievably good. Even though some of the emulators now they come with it, they don't run as good. If you could get the Android market, you could get the best emulators for it, and it runs smooth. And when you put it through your TV out, you feel like you're actually playing on you're playing a Nintendo or Genesis or whatever. But do you find it, and well, it gets to my next question since we talked about this, but do you find it difficult to use the emulators compared to this for the touchscreen sensitivity?
Yeah, that's definitely why I don't like playing emulators on iPhone, iPad, stuff like that, just because the controls aren't as good. There are like additions you can get, like for the iPad you can get a suction cup joystick kind of thing. But
yeah, no, there was one on TV. It's a gun, and you could use it to play first-person shooter games with this. And I don't know how that would fare with certain iPhone games, because I don't know how big the support's going to be for that.
Yeah,
but
I would rather use this, definitely, like actual physical buttons than use the touch.
So see, even he gives this one the thumbs up, people.
Yeah.
But so in part of in the interview here, so I mean, you would definitely favor this over the iPhone and anything else. But when it comes to certain games that are built specifically for the iPhone, what are your opinions on that?
Well, there's amazing games made for that. Just how.
Besides Angry Birds, everybody knows that game. Well,
super fan.
What games do you like that are on the iPhone?
I actually don't game too much on my iPhone. I play Words with Friends. I'm freaking addicted to that like crazy. Thankfully, I've stopped lately, but I'm just amazed at the graphics and stuff they can do on the iPhone, iPad, and it's just gonna keep getting better and better and better. Some of them rival Xbox, PS3 graphics. Just how amazing they look on the iPad. Infinity Blade.
Yeah, I know that game.
It's just amazing graphics. On just 5 years ago, we wouldn't have had nowhere near that. Now we're seeing amazing games and graphics on that.
And especially on HD, which 3 years ago was not possible, nor thought only for like a bigger handheld console, but not on something as small as this.
Yeah, I remember right when the first PSP came out, I told my dad, I was like, "There's no way they can make anything better than this. It can't happen." Now the iPhone is.
But with technology, every 2 years, we're getting surprised more and more by developers, companies. They put stuff out that even when I was a kid, never ever could be thought of. We thought, yeah, it could be like this, but not like so tiny or so powerful, or so on and so forth. So with that, people, I'm gonna end the interview right here. So Ty, what would you like to say to my viewers out there? You got the spotlight. What would you like to say to them?
Check out my channel, youtube.com/tysiphonehelp, TYSIHelp. Do tech videos, Apple products, reviews, giveaways. I do a lot of that. So check it out. Subscribe.
And people, unlike a lot of people on YouTube, he does know what he's talking about when it comes to Apple products. All right. All right, people, so thank you very much. Thank you, Ty.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the interview and a little bit of what we're showing here, and have a great day, and take care, everybody. Cheers.
Peace.